Hello, my name is Frederick, and I have been thinking for some time, and I thought I would start sharing my ideas about a topic that is of great interest to every person. I would like to repeat this. I have decided to share my personal ideas about a topic that I believe is of great interest to every person. These ideas may not be exhaustive, but they're ideas I have acquired through experience and investigation, studying a lot of books, applying the principles, and having information interpreted to me by some people, and in the end, arriving at conclusions that I believe to be correct, but I also stand to be educated from the ideas of other people. I would like to talk about the concept of success in life. Success at whatever one is doing. And one of the things that every person who has ever lived really wants to acquire is wealth. Everybody wants to acquire wealth. Nobody wants to live in poverty. Nobody wants to live like a failure. However, sometimes we are tempted to believe that some people have been favored by God and others have not been favored by God. Wait a minute. Is it really true that God favors some and withdraws favor from others? Maybe yes, maybe no. But why would God favor others and ignore others? Now, before we delve further into this topic, I would like to begin by basically talking about some basics. For instance, when you read the Bible in the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. Once again, Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. I am going to read from the literal standard version, and then I'll also be reading it from the King James Version. From the literal standard version, the Bible says, "Above every charge, keep your heart, for out of it are the outgoings of life." Now, Good News says it in a different way, but which might convey more meaning to the ordinary person. It says, "Be careful how you think. Your life is shaped by your thoughts." I repeat, be careful how you think. Your life is shaped by your thoughts. That's Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. What the Bible says is that the way you think, the way you program your thoughts, can determine the course of your life. A lot of people don't know that. But your thoughts are very important, the way you think. Now, going back to the desire to acquire wealth, we have seen some people are rich and some people are poor. Some people have just enough and some people have abundance. And one of the things, according to some authors, like for instance Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich, he says that to attain wealth, one has to harness the power of his or her thoughts to attain wealth to the desired amounts. In fact, it has been said that thoughts are especially powerful when they are mixed with definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire. For someone to be able to attain something that they desire, you must have a burning desire to attain something. And above all, you must have a definite purpose. For instance, if you are driving from Washington, D.C., and you say, "I'm going somewhere," you might end up going to Florida. You might end up going to California. You might end up going to New York City. you might end up going to Ohio because you said, I'm going somewhere. You don't have a definite purpose. And moving without a definite purpose is very dangerous because you are going to end up anywhere. Likewise, in life, if you don't have a definite purpose, you are just going to drift on the waves of life. But if you want to acquire something, you must have a definite purpose, which is called definiteness of purpose. If you want to acquire money, then you must determine how much you want to acquire and what are you going to do. What is the price that you are going to pay to acquire what you want? If you have a definite purpose, then you must know the price. For instance, if you want to buy a shirt, you must know the price of the shirt. If you want to buy a car, you must know the price of the car. If you want to buy a house in a specific location, you must know the price before you can think about buying. Likewise, to acquire anything in life, you must know the price that you are going to pay. And above all, you must have persistence, because life is interesting that whenever you set out to acquire something, there's always going to be resistance. There's always going to be frustration. Failure is going to be encountered along the way. But with persistence, then you are going to definitely achieve what you want. In other words, I'm going to repeat what I just said, that thoughts are especially powerful when they are mixed with definiteness of purpose, persistence, and a burning desire for their translation into riches and other material objects. That is basically the introduction, but there is something very interesting. The birth of desire. Birth of desire. When a thought is first conceived in the mind of a person, let's say someone wakes up one morning and says, I want to build a very big business empire. That is just a thought that flashes into someone's mind. Now, here's the interesting thing. A lot of people get these kinds of thoughts. Somebody wakes up and says, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. But for the overwhelming majority of mankind, the thought is always aborted. Why? Here's the reason. When thought or impulse of thought first comes to mind, chances are you will be in no position to act upon it. Let me repeat it. When a thought first comes into your mind, you will not be in position to act upon it. For instance, right now, if I say that I want to go on vacation in Australia to see kangaroos, well, then I have to think about an air ticket. I have to think about the hotel where I will sleep. I have to think about the tourist guide who will take me around. Now, if I am a coward and I don't want to invest in effort to make this happen, then my thought is going to end there. Now, when a thought first comes into my mind, the thought has to be nursed with a burning desire. A burning desire will mysteriously make possibilities appear, because a burning desire will cause one to develop initiative, faith, and a will to win. So that when I say I want to go to Australia to see kangaroos, and I keep on nursing this desire, my burning desire will, and persistence and faith and initiative will cause me to mysteriously take the right steps to make sure that there's money for the air ticket, there's money for the hotel, there's money for the tour guide. In other words, any thought that flashes into your mind, examine it carefully, visualize it, keep on massaging that thought, and eventually possibilities are going to appear. We were all created by God. God created us. Everyone has a name in the presence of God. Nobody is just a number in the presence of God. And what that means is that God is available and willing to help each and every person attain their desire in life. But with God, you must have faith. If you don't have faith, with God, you are not going to get anything. So we are going to look at faith in a more detailed way as we progress. But this basically, the video I'm making today is just an introduction. Now, we were talking about everybody wants to acquire riches. How do riches begin to flow in the life of someone? Riches begin with a state of mind, a state of mind, a state of faith, a state of desire. A mind with faith, a mind with a definite purpose, a mind with persistence, a mind with the will to win. In other words, you must have a state of mind that is ready to acquire riches or anything that you want in life. If you are undecided, if you don't have faith, if you are doubting, you are not going to achieve much in life. So, what we learn today is that your thoughts, the way you think, determines your state of mind. Let me repeat it. Your thoughts determine your state of mind. Jesus called it faith. In fact, Jesus said that if you have faith, you will even command a mountain to get out of the way so that you can pass. Get out of the way and throw itself into the sea. So your thoughts determine your state of mind. So in other words, your thoughts are going to shape your life. Now here is the thing. Everybody has been given the ability to think. If you are going to acquire anything in life, the only starting capital you need is your mind and your thoughts. You cannot say that I don't have money to start this, I don't have money to start that, I don't have money to start this. As long as you can think, you can do anything. Because that's the only capital that is required. And the moment you have the right state of mind, the circumstances of life are going to position themselves in such a way as to favor you. So in other words, if your thoughts are negative, you are going to attract negative circumstances of life. And if your thoughts are positive, you are going to attract positive circumstances of life. So this is basically an introduction of some ideas we shall be exchanging on a regular basis. And I invite you to follow my channels and make some comments. And today I would like to end by saying Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23. And I'll read the Good News Bible again. Be careful how you think. Your life is shaped by your thoughts. Thank you very much for tuning in. Once again, my name is Frederick K. Mobiru, and I'm also known as Frederick Friedman. Thank you very much, and take care.